Hi guys, my name is Anida Junuzovic and I will be talking a little bit about my internship this past semester. So luckily for me, I was able to get an internship through UMSL's athletics department and I worked alongside Marianne, Nick, Kevin, Lindsay, and Jesse. Some of the roles and duties I had was to create post-game and pre-game graphics and videos. Now for that, I mainly worked with basketball because I was already with the basketball team, but also tennis. Marianne gave me that sport to kind of focus on, so it was a nice little change because honestly, I was just kind of used to basketball. So I like the little difference in there. I also assisted with pre-game, post-game, setup, teardown duties, camera operation for GLVC Sports Network broadcast, and I was also the producer on the production truck with the GLVC Sports Network broadcast. Basically, what that is everything that you see at home during the game, I'm controlling that. So I know with baseball and softball, you actually have to manually work the scoreboard. Um, so that's what I was in charge of. You're also in charge of, replays, any highlights that you get from the game, and also commercials. So what the folks see at home is what I was in control of. For soccer, now usually when you're at UMSL, interns they work the substitution table, the scoreboard, music, and they will shag the balls as well. Unfortunately for me, I was unable to get any home games. Instead, this semester, most of the games were at Lou Fuse. There were multiple reasons why. One, we just got a brand new field, so they wanted to preserve it, but also because the weather just was not working with us. So instead of playing at home with a wet field, we just went to Lufuse where there was turf, and they just played there instead. Um, oh, and I know when we were at Lufuse, we didn't get any live coverage. Obviously, there was no scoreboard, there was no music, none of that. So interns basically we just shag the balls, which some people they might think that it's boring, but I promise you it's really not. Um, Especially when the games get like really exciting and it's like the last couple minutes. If it's like a tied game or if one of the teams are down, they get rowdy, especially the boys. So um, keep that in mind. But that's basically it that you just kind of had to do. When it comes to the goals for the internship, my main goal was honestly just to get a greater knowledge with all the departments. I was mainly focused on social media because that's just kind of what I was really interested in, but I was also interested in facilities also. I didn't know just how much work that they all put in, and that's maybe one of the biggest takeaways that I got out of this internship. Just how much they had to do before games, after games, and especially with COVID, there was a lot of restrictions and just extra things that they had to do, extra precautions that we just all had to take to make sure that everybody was 6 feet away from each other, that there would be no way that, that they could be close to each other. I know we also had to set up fake fan cutouts, we had to do that. So it's definitely a lot more into it than I ever thought. When it comes to achieving my goals, did I achieve them? I sure did. I learned a lot more, not just with social media, but of course with the other departments as well. Like I said, I just didn't know how much really went into it, and hats off to them because it is definitely a lot. There's a lot of things that go behind the scenes that a lot of people just don't realize. Setting up social media, cleaning up, extra precautions with COVID. It was a lot to take in, but it was definitely worth it to really just kind of learn how much goes into it. It makes you appreciate them a lot more than you do. Um, what do I wish that I learned? I wish I learned a little bit more about Photoshop. Um, Last time I learned about Photoshop was senior year of high school. I was lucky enough to know a little bit about it, just honestly the basics to kind of get me started. But I wish that I had somebody to teach me a little bit more. I wish I was able to work alongside Marianne more, but having all the sports literally go to the spring semester, it was really tough to get a lot more one-on-one action with her just because she was so busy, but I was also busy with the basketball internship and my other two jobs. So um, yeah, that's pretty much it. And also with the videos, I wish that I had somebody to kind of teach me how to do highlight videos because this semester was the first time I ever did that with the basketball team, but also with the tennis team as well. So it was difficult. I did ask some friends. My friends did kind of help me, but it was more so hands-on experience all by myself, which I didn't really mind. But I wish I had somebody else there to kind of show me the ropes. Was this internship what I expected? Yeah. Think about this question. Um, I did. Um, it's kind of like a yes and no for me. Going into it, I really didn't have that many expectations. I kind of had like a broad idea of what it was going to be about, but I just didn't know how much. So, yes and no. What would I tell my younger self? Definitely to network. Network was my best friend, honestly, this whole semester. Not even just this semester, but really all 4 years of college. All the positions that I really got was just through knowing people with the basketball team. I knew the players, they got me it. With the internship through basketball, that's how I kind of already knew of Marianne and Nick and Kevin, Lindsay and Jesse. It was because of basketball that I knew them. So they already kind of knew me even before I started the internship. So I got lucky with that. It is never too early to start networking. And honestly, it's just never too late to network either. Definitely reach out to people. Um, don't be afraid of somebody saying no or somebody not wanting to help you. You probably wouldn't even want to be with that person or to have their help if that's just kind of how they are. So, yeah, definitely tell myself that. If you have any questions or anything, I'm not really sure what else to say about this. I feel like I just kind of gave a summary about everything. But please, if you have any questions, comments, anything, reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I will be more than happy to help.